Okay, hi. Massive welcome on to this webinar. My name is Louise Skipper, and I'm here with one of my colleagues and my friends, Gillian Stenner, and we are both independent consultants with Arbonne. And what we're going to do over this next really short little while is just give you an overview of the company, what they're all about, and share with you a little bit of our journeys and our stories with the business, because we both have completely different professional backgrounds. And this slots into our business, into our life around, different schedules, different commitments and that sort of thing. And I'm not sure Gillian's exact reasons for joining the business, but they may be similar to mine or they may not be, but they may be similar to some people on here who are looking just for something extra. So if someone has given you this as a recording to watch back on, or you're on live, massive welcome. The person that asked you to take a look at Arbonne has most likely suggested this to you because they recognize that you are someone who's super professional, someone that's friendly, someone that shows up, someone that's hardworking, someone that's looking for extra money in their lives, either around a full-time busy career. We have people in Arbonne who are company directors, surgeons, lawyers, TV producers, as you'll hear from in a minute, full-time students, but we also have people who are, at home with their kiddies, which is, the hardest job in the world, if anyone here is watching this, who want something extra. So they want that, extra earnings or significant earnings stream, but it's not possible to go back to work. Like, there's so many reasons why people take a look at Arbonne. More recently, I've found myself in the investment space because that's something I'm really interested in. And it's incredible to me how many people in that space look at network marketing opportunities like Arbonne as a means of, a stream of earnings, a stream of capital that they can then use to invest. So invest in, equities or property or whatever it is. So just wanted to illustrate that there's so many reasons that people would look to Arbonne to facilitate something in their life. So I have been in this business since I was 24, and I'd come out of university doing marketing and economics. I had been in the workplace for a couple of years, recognized pretty quickly that it wasn't for me. I was on an earning trajectory that wasn't really going anywhere. And also the role I was in, I wasn't inspired by my work. And I thought there has to be something else that I can do. So I actually got introduced to Arbonne via Facebook mail. So not the most professional, platform, but it works. And the girl who asked me to look at the company is someone who I really, really respected. And I remember just thinking, why is Michelle doing this? This is like health and wellness, skincare, nutrition. This is so bizarre. This is so far removed from what she does. She was in HR and so far removed from what I did. I worked in the alcohol and confectionery industry. So that kind of was very piqued my interest. So I went along, heard about the business, and it just ticked so many boxes for me. I recognized that actually, if I applied myself to this business, I could build up an asset on the side in the gaps of time where I was catching up on Netflix or scrolling social media or doing stuff that wasn't going to get me further in my life. And I decided to partner with this company too. I loved that it was sustainable. We didn't have our B Corporation status then, but we've always had those ethics. And I thought this is actually a really cool space to get my toe into in terms of career as well. So worked my Arbonne business alongside my full-time job. I was working about 48 hours a week. I was traveling all over the UK. And I managed to, in that time, build up something which for me, and everyone is completely different, enabled me to walk away from that full-time role. And that was great. I had a flexible earnings job for a few years, and I worked completely remotely. That allowed me to spend some time with my family. I'm very close to my family. Now my life's a little bit different. My husband, who just walked in behind me, he's an NHS doctor, so he works in orthopedics, and he is a busy hospital doctor, and we have a 3-year-old and a 9-month-old. So what this has done for our lives is really a little bit different than what it historically did for me, which was, a cocktail on a Tuesday and maybe getting a bit of a lie-in most mornings, is that I get to be at home with my kiddies, but I get to have this role where I am, an equal contributor to our household, but we get to put our family first, and kind of my my role comes second. So it's really precious. And I love that I've had the chance to do that with this company. So that's been my journey so far. Has it been hard work? Yes. Has there been sacrifices? Yes. Have there been times when I think, oh my goodness, like this is, out of my comfort zone, or I need to upskill in this area? Absolutely. But I can honestly say that because I've been willing to do what a lot of my peers weren't willing to do all those years ago, I've now found myself in this situation where I kind of have this flexibility of choice and this lifestyle that a lot of them now don't have all these years on. So yeah, just wanted to say again, just listen to what we have to share with you, because we are just, two normal people from different professional backgrounds that were just like, oh, yeah, I want something that's more fun. I want to earn more money. I want more flexibility. I want an asset I can build up on the side. And it came along in the form and shape of Arbonne. So I'm going to pass you over to Gillian. I'm going to go and unmute her just now. And she's going to share a little bit about her journey in the business, and then we'll share some slides with you. So it says ask to unmute, Gillian. Is it letting you unmute? It's not letting Gillian unmute. So let me just change that. Okay, Gillian, you'll be able to unmute yourself now.
Amazing. Welcome, everyone. I'm super excited to be on alongside Louise. So if you are on here as a guest, a massive welcome. And thank you for taking out half an hour on your Saturday to be with us. So my background is completely different to Louise, and that's what I absolutely love about Arbonne, is that everyone is so different, so many different backgrounds, and you get to meet the most incredible people that you literally would never have met, only the fact that I've jumped into Arbonne and now work alongside them. So as Louise mentioned before, we are at different levels within the company. And so if you want to go and check out earnings.arbonne.com, you're going to see our averages when you go there for each of those countries as well. So my story is very different. I jumped into Arbonne when I was 17 years old, not the business, into the products. And at that time, I was looking for something, and my mom's friend introduced me to the amazing skincare lines that Arbonne offer. And I basically, at 17 years old, became hooked on the product and used them for over 12 years before jumping into the business. So when I was 18, I moved to Ireland. I did my degree over there in economics, and then I ended up in London working as a TV producer, which I still continue to do alongside Arbonne. So about 5.5 years ago now is when I jumped into the business. And I think for some people, they completely get what Arbonne is straight away. And for others, it takes them a bit of time. For me, I saw loads of people, doing Arbonne, being successful with it, but the people around me who were doing it at that time were wanting to stay home with children, or just not liking their job. And I couldn't see it for myself because I was making great money in TV, and I was one of those really annoying people, as my husband will say, that used to jump out of bed at 5:30 in the morning, like excited to go to work because I loved producing TV. I absolutely just loved and was thriving in that environment. But I always say to people, impact happens in life. And I think we think about it all the time, but don't actually say to ourselves, like, are we prepared for impact? What if something happened tomorrow? And that's really what happened to me at 29 years of age. I was living in London. My grandma passed away in New York, and I was in the middle of a TV show. And my boss was like, "You're not going home." And I was like, "I have to go home for my grandma's funeral." And I was allowed to go home that time for 4 days. But it was that one moment that really made me think, like, yes, I love my job. Yes, I'm making great money, but I actually don't own my time, right? Someone else was owning my time because they were telling me whether I could go home or not to see my family. And that's when I decided to really take a look at Arbonne and how it could fit into my life alongside working 6 days in TV. And I really jumped in with both feet and haven't had, never turned back, never regretted that decision. I still say to this day, it's the best decision of my life. When my husband's around and can hear me, I say it's the second best decision of my life, right? Marrying him was the first. But I really just, what I'm passionate about is just sharing with people that you don't have to give up what you love. You don't have to give up your career. This actually fits in alongside it. Still to this day, I'm now a national vice president with the company, which is the top level within Arbonne. And again, you can go to earnings.arbonne.com to see the levels and earning and potential in your country. But the fact that I was able to build to national vice president along a 6-day a week, really 12 to 14 hour days in TV just shows you what is possible if you want to really change the trajectory of your future and have different options in life, right? That's what I loved about this, was that it gave me different options. So I'm now a mom to a 7-week-old baby who's somewhere in this household if you hear noise going on. I'm still working TV. I'm going back in February, and I run my Arbonne business. So if you're kind of sat there being like, I'm not sure if I have enough time, is it worth it? You know, I would just say to you, yes, yes, and yes. Just listen with open ears and an open heart to what this could be, because I honestly truly did not see myself as a lipstick person, or I hardly, wore makeup before I joined this business. And it's just so much more than that. And I really want you to encourage you guys to see that over the next 15 minutes when we're doing the presentation. So I'm going to hand it back over to you, Louise.
Thank you. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. And I want, if you put your thumbs up, Gillian, when you can see my desktop. Can you see that, Gillian? Yeah, you can. That's fab. Okay, just wanted to check that that was totally working. Okay, so I'm going to just max it out. Here we go. Oh my gosh, my MacBook likes to knock about with me. Okay, so we're just going to rattle through some visuals. If you're a visual learner, that's great. But really, we are governed by what's called the DSA. So as consultants, I love this actually. They hold us to a code of conduct, which means that when we're talking about the business, we can't just go off piste. We have to stick to like the genuine published incomes, the actual certified information. And we share this information, and this is slides that have been put together by Arbonne Corporate, passed through their business ethics and standards team. So you can rest assured that everything we're sharing with you is not our opinion or something that we've rattled together. It's as per Arbonne as a company. So if you've not gathered already, Gillian and I own our own limited company. So we have uncapped revenue underneath the overarching infrastructure that is Arbonne as a parent company. So we are essentially franchisees. I think that's the word. Yeah, we're franchisees. We're franchise owners. And we have this, it's not a bricks and mortar static Starbucks outlet or anything. It's this mobile business that is really scalable. And that was definitely the thing that jumped out at me. So Arbonne as a company have been around for about 45 years. They're privately held by Groupe Rocher, who are a multi-billion-dollar company. You check them out. They have a lot of great brands as well. And essentially, it's a business that was started by a Norwegian entrepreneur called Petter Mork. And he had this vision because 45 years ago, he seen that in the marketplace, there was, quite chemical laden products and a huge gap in the market for results driven, super effective products, but that were clean. And he brought them to market. So although he was Norwegian, he actually was living over on the West Coast of the US, and he formulated him and his team there, they formulated a product that was made to Swiss standards, which is the most stringent guidelines globally. But the route to market for these products, which is, one of the jewels in the crown, is through what's called network marketing. Because at the same time, he thought, wow, if there was an opportunity for men and women to get involved with us and bypass heavyweight marketing campaigns, that would be killing two birds with one stone, getting a super clean, transparent product to the marketplace, but changing people's lives. Myself and Gillian and all the other consultants that have this along the way, by setting up the opportunity for us to be business consultants. So there's never been a more relevant time for the remote work thing, or the thing on the side. And here's some stats which I found astounding. Gig workers account for 1.4 trillion US dollars added to the economy, and 40% of US workers, so 40% of the people that get up and go out to work each day, generate their incomes, either as a top up or a standalone like myself, by working something else, something in addition to the main thing. Social businesses are growing. You only have to look at, Uber or Airbnb or your favorite restaurant and recognize that they are incorporating into their business model this "we will reward you if you send footfall our way" kind of ethos. And that's really at its heart network marketing. They're also cutting out a huge chunk of their marketing. When I worked in a marketing team, I was very junior for a fizzy pop over here in Scotland. Huge, millions were spent out of the budget on heavyweight campaigns. And actually a brand can now take their brand and their message to social media for free. And global wellness is booming. So we're inside a $4.2 trillion industry. So if you're a bar of soap person and you're on this thinking, I'm not sure the person that asked me on this has got the right person, it's kind of like see past your preferences and your uses and recognize that if you're looking for a business opportunity, then get yourself inside something that is currently 4.2 trillion and growing. So alongside that, there's a huge demand for wellness. And again, you only have to step outside your door to see that people, in fact, every brand is now talking about how clean they are, how they're not using this in their brands, how they're taking a holistic approach to stress management and weight management and all of this. Brands are really jumping on this, not even trend, this movement of consumer demand for wellness, but at the same time, transparency and that, holistic care, that they're caring for their skin, they're caring for their body, but they're caring for their mind and how it's all kind of connected. So again, this is just something that's growing and growing and growing. And even when you look at workplaces, they're setting up programs for mental health within the workplace, employee welfare, and the world is absolutely changing. So Arbonne addresses all of these things. It always has done since, day one. We've not greenwashed ourselves by jumping on a bandwagon. We have been this way since, the day Arbonne opened its doors. The company, and some of the reasons that might be tick a box for you is that number one, the company has that holistic approach that looks at the whole person. So Arbonne recognize that, in order to enrich our lives through what we do, we are wanting to make sure that it fulfills us in, a mental capacity. So Arbonne's an incredible way to organization to work for, but it also delivers products that address things like the gut-brain connection and things like that. So Arbonne are just, absolute market leaders in just recognizing that everything is connected. They have the cleanest products, but also completely results driven. And I'll get onto that as one of our competitive advantages in a minute. Business opportunity that I touched on earlier that really allows people from all walks of life, all backgrounds to, if they actually apply themselves, build something that can be really significant in their households, or just a top up, or just, an extra money for groceries, whatever. And that piece about the compensation plan, Gillian touched on that. We encourage you to go to earnings.arbonne.com and actually check out the published incomes for yourself. Myself and Gillian she's in what's called a national vice president, completely cheesy titles, honestly. I'm still not over how cheesy it sounds. And I'm what's called a regional vice president. So that's the third and fourth pay grade out of 4. And if you're looking at that and you're thinking, oh my goodness, like these are quite substantial earnings, but the percentages of people that get there are small, like anything, then me and her are 2 examples of normal people. You can hear my feral children in the background watching Netflix, and Gillian's, here with a 7-week-old. So when you're checking out the averages and, you are wondering where you see yourself, think back to us and think, actually, I just heard from 2 completely normal people who have just admitted it's been hard work and a bit of sacrifice, but have, are scaling their way up this earnings plan. So touched on this already, our approach is, as a company, just addressing that complete circular, mind, skin, body connection. And that's really intertwined into everything that Arbonne have in their portfolio. So there's 4 reasons why there's loads of reasons why I joined Arbonne, but these were the 4 things that I have a marketing degree. So as a marketeer, I was like, what are this company all about? And here's the 4 competitive advantages. Number 1, we have plant-based ingredients. So that is absolutely huge. Number 2, we follow the cleanest standards globally. Not only do we follow Swiss standards, we have an extra roughly 400 we will never use ingredients on top of that, which you can find out by Googling Arbonne Not Allowed list or going to our website and clicking the About tab at the top right-hand corner. We're co-developed with experts. So when you look at our scientific advisory board, you will see some, absolutely incredible people there who are part of putting our products together, and we have phenomenal transparency as well. And you'll see along this slide, the bottom of the slide, some of the certifications we have, one of them being Informed for Sport, which is the global governing body for professional athletes. Our Phytosport range is part of their list there, and you can see the rest of them for yourself. So some great certifications there. So I'm going to hand over to Gillian now to talk about the B Corporation piece, and then finish off by talking about just how you can actually get some extra earnings into your life and what that looks like for different people. So thanks, Jill.
Thanks, Louise. I love hearing the little kitties running around in the background. That's what this business is all about, just literally fitting it in where you can. So the slides just went, Louise, but so with, if you just do the, yeah, there we go. So we are a B Corporation. So I honestly did not even know what a B Corp was until Arbonne got it. So I'm going to admit that straight away. But what I love is that the reason that they got this was because Arbonne for the past 40 years has always really been about culture, people, and then the products. So when they sought out to get the B Corp certification last year, it's all about putting planet, people before profits. So most corporations out there are C corporations, right? So they're all about profit. With B corporations, it's actually not just about profitability, it's about the sustainability, employee welfare, customer welfare, and really about being transparent. And that's what I absolutely love. So some of the other brands that are part of the B Corporation are things like Ben and Jerry's, and there's less than 3,500 companies in the world that have B Corp certification. So I just love that Arbonne sits within that, because it just shows the caliber of the company, but also the fact that they want to give back. They're not just looking to be, the best company in the world. They're looking to be the best company for the world as well. So the next slide is all about our products. So as I said, I was jumped in when I was 17 using these products, but honestly, I have no background in nutrition. I'm not a makeup artist. No one would hire me as a makeup artist, by the way. I'm absolutely useless. And I didn't know much, like my brain is not the best at retaining information. So it's not like I knew loads about ingredients or anything like that. But when I looked at this slide, actually my degree in economics really was what triggered me when I saw this slide, because I saw that there were so many different products. Arbonne has a whole range of products, from nutrition, skincare, body care, makeup, baby care, a men's line. So when I saw that, I was actually like, this is a smart business decision, because all of us today woke up and we probably used at least one of these products after we woke up. Did you have a protein shake? Did you shower? What was the body wash that you used? Or maybe you put on a lip gloss, or maybe you were having some probiotics. Arbonne has those consumable products within their range. So it wasn't just one product that they had, one anti-aging line or one nutrition line. It's literally something for everyone. And the fact that when they run out, we reuse them. And so I really saw it as what I experienced when I was 17 years old. For 12 years, I shopped through my mom's friend's website, buying these products. And every time I shopped, she earned a commission, even though I was traveling the world and hadn't even seen her during pretty much that 12-year period. But because she introduced me once and I was connected to her, she earned that referral, commission from me continuing to love these products and to shop for them. So that's why I, saw this as a massive business opportunity. The fact that they do have so many different products. We have two flagship ranges, really, I would say, that have catapulted Arbonne into many different magazines and news. And I'm not going to touch too much on them, because whoever asked you on can really go into depth with them. But the first is our 30 Days to Healthy Living program. So this, for me, was an absolute game changer. How many of us are looking for optimal health? How many of the world right now is looking for optimal health? So this is a 30 days for optimal health. It's not a weight loss. It's all about helping us really flood the body with micronutrients for our cells, detoxing the gut, and really looking for better health while eating whole foods. So whoever asked you to jump on here, I would definitely go chat to them about it because I absolutely love the 30-day. And the next is our new Age Well skincare range. So this is our new anti-aging range, but to be honest, I have people who are 18 years old who are starting on this. I'm like, I wish I was 18 starting on this. I'd probably still look 18 then. But this has been an absolute game changer because it has a key ingredient, which is called bakuchiol. If you look it up, you'll see that everyone in the world is now talking about bakuchiol and the amazing effects it has on skin to get that glowing skin, to get that anti-aging. And so these are clinical trials. So something that Louise touched on was the transparency. We do third-party clinical trials, which means our products go out, are tested on humans, and these are the results that people found. So 84% agreed improved overall appearance of their skin, 75% reported that it made them look younger, and 98% were said that they were likely to recommend this to a friend. What I love about these products is that you do see a difference. They're results-driven products, and the fact that Arbonne has a 45-day money-back guarantee, you know you're in safe hands, and you're not going to have like a drawer full of products that you're like, oh, I wish it said it, did what it said on the tin, and it didn't. So how it works. So I think this is really key to this business because all of us are really different. We have different lives. And so Arbonne, you can run in many different ways. It's not like you have to host events in person or just do Zoom events. We have many different ways, which enables every single person to jump in, follow, their upline and mentor through the system to get the results that they're looking for. So we have in-person events. So we have events where you can host a few people, or maybe at a gym, you have a table. I have quite a few people who absolutely love doing them. Those didn't actually work for my lifestyle of working so many hours. So I did a lot of one-to-one meetings, meeting people in a coffee shop or meeting people online for a coffee and just telling them about Arbonne, similar to you guys being on here now, and just being able to share what the business and products can do for them. So we have those online meetups as well. We have social media. I have amazing millennial people within my team who are great with Facebook and they're amazing at Instagram. I am not one of those people. I did not build my business through Instagram. There are a lot of people doing that though, which is amazing. So it's just another avenue where you can share what this business and these products can do. And then we are cross-border. So I had been living in the UK for the past 11 years, currently now in the States, working in TV and Arbonne and living here. Louise is up in Scotland, and that's what I love is that our business is global. So you can build a business and clients in every country where Arbonne operates. So we're currently in the US, Canada, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Poland, and we are going to be globalizing, going into new countries. But what it means for you is that you basically have all of those countries where you can meet people, talk to people about these products. It's not just about your backyard or anyone in your local area that you could speak to about this. And just the fact that we're able to build globally, just if you were to build your own brick and mortar business, the cost it would take to basically the legal teams, making sure all of the products were safe for that country, because every country has different guidelines. Like just to do that, the cost would be astronomical, and Arbonne take all of that away from us. They deal with all of that, and we are just the word of mouth referral program ambassadors telling people about these products. So another thing that Louise already touched on is that everyone can basically do Arbonne, right? There's not like, oh, you had to go to this university or this background, your parent had to do this, or you had to have a lot of money. Like if you're 18 years old, and that's literally all you need. That's what you need to basically sign up for an Arbonne website. And then we're going to help and teach and mentor you within it. So I love that it brings such diverse backgrounds from men, women, different races, religion. And I have to say, I have met some of the most incredible people through this company that are now lifelong friends. So how we earn in 3 ways, which is amazing. In my TV job, I earn in one way, and that's if I show up. So we earn through commission. So that is really like a straight up sales thing. I'm going to put these here because I actually have some. So these are fizz sticks. So if I was to sell these, I get a commission, and that's between 15 and 35%, depending on how the person is purchasing the product. Then we have commissions from product sales through our teams. So this is what we call overrides. So this really is game changing, because Arbonne don't spend what companies normally spend, which is that 40% profit advertising. They actually spend that by giving back to us consultants for helping other people be successful. So we only earn this when product is sold. We only earn this by helping other people. But it's actually incredible because there's no cap on your overrides. You can continue to help teach and train people within the company. And then we have, thirdly, we have awards at each level as well. So at the third level where Louise is and above, we get a cash award for the white Mercedes, which again is just Arbonne thanking us for building our businesses and for continuing to share this with people. So how can you jump in today, tomorrow, whenever? So when we start our business with Arbonne, the only thing that Arbonne require is the startup cost of the website. So in the States, it's $49. In the UK, it's £30. And you basically, with that, you kind of get a business in a box. It's really the website being done for you. So they do all the back end for the website again, and it's personalized to you. So mine is Hourihan.arbonne.com, and that basically is mine. And so they update that for £30 or for $49, and you basically then have your business in a box. Then I always, say to people, you have a group of people like Louise, people like myself, who are going to help teach and train you within it. So you get loads of personal development, you get loads of trainings on a monthly basis, sometimes a weekly basis, but you also then have support from Arbonne headquarters. And we're all about just sharing our vision for overall mind, body, and skin, and sharing that vision of having optimal health from the inside out. So I always say to people, like, you really don't lose out with Arbonne, because you jump in, get your website, and get some products that you're already spending anyway. So I'm sure you guys are going to a shop, hopefully showering on a daily/weekly basis, whatever it is. But you're already shopping somewhere for these exact products. And it's about, just redirecting that and then building your Arbonne business with it. If you are on and you're like, oh, it kind of sounds good, I want to try the products, you can become a preferred client and get 20 to 40% off as well. So just loop back to whoever asked you on the call. If you're there and you have hesitations or still questions that haven't been answered, please just go and ask the person who asked you on the call today. They can answer those for you, because you don't want to walk away without having those unanswered, because this could be an amazing opportunity for you and for somebody that you know. That's it for me. I just want to thank you guys again for being on today, for spending the past half an hour or so with us. And I hope you guys got loads of information and feel informed and ready to enjoy the rest of your weekend.